Phil Perlman for Yahoo Finance. I'm here at Stocktoberfest in Coronado. Honored to be here with Michael Parekh. He's an investor, venture capitalist, entrepreneur now. Michael, here's my question for today. 2015, what is a trend that is not in the market yet? Something that will emerge over the next year to 2 years that is investable?
Number one, the whole world of the mobile phones ecosystems is changing dramatically again. We saw the last couple of years Android come from nowhere and become 80-85% of the mobile ecosystem. I think we have a little bit of a reversal potentially over the next year and a half with Apple, where the power of their ecosystem I think is really going to come into its own with a new class of hardware, and then the software integration between Yosemite and iOS, and also the incentives for their developer ecosystem, I think is substantially differentiated versus what developers can find on alternative ecosystems.
So I think Empire strikes back.
So Empire strikes back in a big way. I'm not entirely sure it's in the market. I think Google and Samsung are increasingly misaligned in their interests, and I think that evidences itself in the next year and a half. There's a whole number of investable things at the hardware, software, and also in terms of social media that come out of this, which I think
Does Google have the chops to pick up the pace on the hardware side?
I think Google is similar in this vein to Microsoft and Amazon, where they have a hardware business. They want to use it as a showcase mechanism to show what's possible with beautiful integration of hardware and software. And as an example, the Nexus 6, which is coming out, which is a 5.9-inch screen, is going to compete directly head-on with one of Samsung's flagship products, the Note 4. However, Google's product is going to have Android Lollipop, which is the latest and greatest of its Android system, whereas the Note 4 is last year's KitKat. And so there's an increasing divergence. So they're using them to showcase to their earliest adopter customers what's possible, and as a result, you have a competition for leadership. It's the same thing that happened with Microsoft, with Surface versus their hardware vendors and so on. And in many ways, Amazon is trying it at much further behind with their reference hardware initiatives, where the Fire Phone didn't work, but the Kindle.
Is that a zero ultimately on the Amazon side? I mean, they're just going to have to write off that inventory.
Well, they're already doing it. So, but it's a pimple on Amazon's balance sheet. It's an experimentation mechanism, and what they're coming.
So they'll keep going. They're going to have another version.
Jeff is committed, I think, to this, regardless of what Wall Street thinks and so on, and for better or for worse. And I think better because he's experimenting. He's trying to figure out how to tie customer service better with everything that Amazon offers, and a lot of that is manifested through hardware. And in as much as they don't have strategic alliances with Apple, let's say, because on Kindle app on your iOS device, which is a wonderful device to read, you can't buy Amazon books because they don't want to split the 30%. To buy it, you have to go to Amazon.com and so because of those strategic mismatches, Amazon is compelled to build its own hardware. So we have a next year and a half. This competition, hardware, software, vertical integration, etc., that competition is going to continue to unfold. And I think in the meantime, Apple is inching away a little bit from everybody else we've talked about.
Excellent, excellent. Michael Parekh, thank you so much. This is Phil Perlman, Yahoo Finance at Stocktoberfest. Adios.